Hello everyone, welcome. Happy you're here. I want to talk today about believing in yourself, and I know that's a cliche, and I don't want to kind of hang out in the normal stuff of you're a rock star, even though you're amazing, and we all need to be told that. We need to be supported. We need to have people around us that support that too, that know we're amazing. But I really want to talk a little bit about sort of risking some things. Hi, Barry. About risking some things to believe in yourself. About really, when you think about it, life is just one big experiment. That's all it really is. We learn things, we try new things, we fail, I'm going to have to hold this so it doesn't fall over. We fail, we succeed. It's just one big experiment. And so the cool thing is that we get to do that experiment, and the believing in ourselves piece of it is go ahead and screw up. Go ahead and play the game. Be in the game. Be part of the experiment. And don't be perfect. Don't be perfect. Don't think that you have to get it right, because an experiment by nature isn't getting it right. An experiment is just that. You're learning, you're gathering information about yourself, about how you feel about things, about what you think about things. And so just don't stand on the sidelines. Just go and do it. And then the more you're in the game, the more you're trying things, the more you're experimenting with things, the more you get the opportunity to experiment with yourself. And that goes with kids too. I'm always encouraging my kids, sometimes they come up with crazy ideas. What if I do this? Hi, Andrea. And in my head, if my kid comes up with an idea that I think is crazy, I'm oh God, here we go. But in truth, I'm go for it. They have to try, and we as human beings need to have the experience of trying things and failing, trying things and learning something, trying things and having some kind of success. It's really important that we engage in that process, and we have the experience of that, and that's how we learn how to believe in ourselves, because we've gained knowledge, we've gained understanding, we've gained the benefit of understanding our mind and our brain and how it works, and our feelings as well. And so that's, for me, is a big piece of believing in myself, is just do it. And not that that's anything new, but engaging in the experiment of life with the expectation that you're not going to be perfect at it. That's really kind of what it boils down to, is the expectation that you're a learner, and that you're going to learn in the process, and you don't have to be perfect at it, and who knows what the outcome is going to be. And then the other piece that I wanted to talk about today too is really about if the people around you aren't supporting you, if the people around you aren't believing in you. That, for me, I think has been, I think it's a hard thing for all of us. But it also can open up old wounds around abandonment, or not belonging, or not having our needs taken care of when we were really, really young children. And so it's important to recognize that there's, it can open up a history of pain that doesn't have to do with the present moment, but has to do with our past, and working on that stuff from our past. And I do a technique called listening partnerships that helps me a lot with that kind of thing, to really understand and actually fully process the pain of not being supported from my early childhood, or not getting the help that I needed. And when I can then separate out what belongs in the past with what's actually going on today, and not getting the support I might want from somebody, then I really have two choices, right? I really have two choices. One is, at least the way I think of it, one is, if I really care about this person, this might sound a little strange, But if I really care about this person and I want them in my life and I want to invest in the relationship, what I do is I listen to that person. I actually listen to their thought process. I listen to because if someone's not believing in me and I want them on my team, I want them to be part of my life, and we love each other, we have great love and care for one another, it's their hurt that's getting in the way of them believing in me. So something in them has gotten triggered, something's going on, some sort of hurt has happened. And so what I will either do, actually, I will either listen to them myself, which can be hard because if we're super involved in the same process, that can get messy. So you have to be in a good place to do that, and you have to be real secure in yourself to do that. But I might listen to them and listen to their hurt, what's going on. If I don't feel like I can do that, or I've tried and it didn't work, then I actually recommend that they get listened to by somebody else. And I do belong to a network of people that listen to each other regularly, and I know that sounds strange, but it's just been a fantastic way for me to get support and figure out stuff in my life and untangle messy issues and untangle the past from the present moment. So, and then the other thing, if I decide that listening to that person is not the direction that I want to go, the other option is to set a limit. Just say, and I always set limits with warmth. I shouldn't say always. I'm not a perfect human being. So, ideally, I set limits with warmth. I try to do that as much as possible. And so, it's just a scenario of saying, hey, I just can't be treated that way, or that doesn't really work for me, and I hope you can figure something else out, or hope we can figure something else out. So setting a limit on, I really need people around me who believe in me and who can support me in this process, because I don't have all the answers and I'm trying to figure it out, but I need you to at least say, I'm going to trust you can figure this out, and because we don't know everything there is to know when we walk into a new situation. If we're a learner, a lifelong learner, if we're experimenting with life and trying new things, we don't have the answers. We're just walking into it going, well, let's see what happens, which I think is a great place to be. And so setting limits with people who can't have that kind of freedom is an okay thing to do. So yeah, hopefully you can take away something here today from the things I've talked about. And please let me know if you watch the replay. Write replay in the comments. I enjoy your comments. If you want to share with me something that you took away from this, that would be awesome. Hope you have a beautiful, amazing day. Thank you.